Tell me about Sloane.
Before the uprising, she was head of Nexus Security. She gave up her position to protect us. We'd be dead if not for her.
Do you know her personally?
She makes it a point to get to know all of her people, which is a lot more than the charlatan can say.
What does it mean to be part of the Outcasts?
For most people, it's a sense of security. Something desperately needed in Helios.
You didn't feel secure on the Nexus?
You weren't there during the uprising. It was chaos. And the idiots running things only made it worse. Alone, we have direction. A family.
So you're happy under Sloane?
Yeah, guess I am. Can't say this is what I expected when I signed up in the Milky Way. But I came to Andromeda to be part of something bigger than myself. I have that with the Outcasts.
Can anyone join the Outcasts? Besides me, of course.
Anyone can show interest, but Sloane has final say on who becomes a member.
I'm guessing there's a selection process.
All recruits undergo a series of trials that tests their endurance, loyalty, and intellect.
That's all for now.
See you around, Pathfinder. When the initiative failed us, Sloane remained.
This place stinks. A city under a city.
At the center is Tartarus, a nightclub.
Doesn't have Crawler's view, but I like it.
My, look who's crossed my path. Pathfinder Rider. Remember me? The innocent man you exiled?
Milk and Rensis. So, you found your way to Kadara.
Not many places Mariette and I could have ended up. Other than dead, of course.
So your wife stuck by you.
Surprised? I told her the truth. She struggled with it. That day on Eos, I did what was necessary to survive. Mariette sees that. Turns out this life suits us. There's freedom in living by your wits. And we've had to rely on each other completely.
I'm glad some good has come of this.
I'm sure you've been racked with worry. I suppose I should thank you. So thank you, Pathfinder. I'll give Mariette your best.
A moment. Want to make some easy credits?
Only if it's legal.
Of course. As you may know, Kadara's most valuable trade is scrap and resources stolen from the Nexus. But that well's running dry.
I'm not stealing for you.
My focus is resources native to Andromeda. I have it on good authority there's a large barite deposit in Dralir. Barite's going to be big.
You don't say.
I sent a surveyor to check it out, but he hasn't returned. All I need from you is peace of mind.
If I'm in the area, I'll take a look.
You'll be paid for the trouble.
I'm drinking. And leave the bottle. Ryder, glad you're here. I'm sure you've heard about the murders.
There's a fresh body outside Krallis. Some of the locals say it's the charlatan's handiwork.
I don't buy it. The charlatan is discreet, careful. Whoever did this wanted the bodies found.
Making a statement.
But to who?
These deaths could just be a result of living in a pirate-run town.
The killings are too systematic. No. If I was a betting man, and I am, I'd say it was the Rokar.
Why would Rokar be in Kadara port?
It's Angaran built, and before Sloan, Angaran run. I think the Rokar came here looking for new recruits, and things got out of hand.
And the Angara victims? How do they fit into your theory?
I did some digging. All of the deceased Angara were public Milky Way sympathizers.
So the victims either were from the Milky Way,
or supported us. It's the only pattern I could find.
An Angaran port run by aliens would be a prime target for their cause.
Problem is, I've got no proof. And the Resistance doesn't want to antagonize the Rokar.
Guessing that's where I come in.
I need that fancy AI of yours to scan for evidence that could implicate the Rokar. People are scared, Ryder. This is your opportunity to win friends in Kadara Port.
I sound pretty integral to this plan.
Sam is integral. You're a bonus.
Hey, I haven't agreed to help you yet.
I feel good about my chances. One of the crime scenes isn't far. Give me a call when you get there. Hope you got what you needed from Ven before he lost his head.
Sloan and I came to an understanding. I talked to him before. Well, you know.
I'm impressed. Didn't think she could be reasoned with.
I'm a Pathfinder. Dealing with people is part of the job.
And I thought it was all star charts and data collection. So, how can I help you?
Your code name, Shayna. What's it mean?
It's the Angaran word for mouth. I'm good with words.
Among other things?
Never had a complaint.
Things are looking less than friendly between the Collective and the Outcasts.
Not everyone's happy living under Sloane's thumb. Whatever resources Kadara has goes to the outcasts. The rest of us get scraps. The collective claims to be different, but it's hard to trust a faceless leader.
Especially with a title like the Charlatan.
Have to admit, I'm jealous. That's a better nickname than Shayna.
Did you play a big part in the mutiny on the Nexus?
I had nothing to do with that shit show.
Then why'd you leave?
The way Tan handled things didn't exactly inspire confidence. Decided I could do better on my own. So I jumped ship with the rest of them. Ended up here.
How long have you worked with the Resistance?
Few months. When Sloane saved Kadara Port from the Ket, Ephra wanted eyes and ears on the ground. Figured people would be more loose-lipped around their own kind. He was right.
Sloane's tough, but so were the Ket. How'd you take them out?
Never underestimate the element of surprise. The Ket weren't ready for an ambush, but they know her tactics now. Next time, Sloane won't be so lucky.
I better get going.
Ryder,
Yeah?
don't take this the wrong way, but you're not really liked here in Kadara Port.
Ouch.
What I'm saying is, you need a friend. Someone on the inside to help you out. I can be that guy. You need intel on exiles, Sloane, whatever. Come to me.
Thanks. I think.
What's your poison?
I'm not picky.
My kind of customer. First round's on me. More reputable than my usual clientele.
What was it like after leaving the Nexus?
Oh, it was lovely. One big, smelly mutineer party.
Your sarcasm survived the trip.
What can I say? It sucked. We had limited supplies and nowhere to go. Kadara's paradise in comparison, even with the shite water.
The outcasts or the collective giving you any trouble?
Not really. They tend to shoot each other in remote places, where no one's looking. That won't last forever. All it takes is one wrong move and things get ugly.
What will you do then?
Board up the place, hold out till the smoke clears.
Your bar has a unique design. Something tells me these cages aren't just decorative.
They're for your protection as much as ours. Trust me, my employees can take care of themselves.
Guessing you had issues?
Outlaws and pirates aren't known for their manners. Some customers got rowdy and ended up losing fingers. Bars won't stop a bullet, but it's a clear warning to keep your hands to yourself.
Your bar has a unique design. Something tells me these cages aren't just decorative.
They're for your protection as much as... The bars won't stop the bullet, but it's a clear one.
Pathfinder, this was the man the Initiative labeled a traitor. His friend seeks proof that he was taken against his will.
Relay the record to Director Tan. The least we can do is clear his name.
What do you want?
Relax, I'm not here to cause trouble. I just have a few questions.
Get on with it, then.
What can you tell me about the rest of Kadara?
You mean outside the mountain? It's no man's land. Ceasefire rule doesn't apply there, so don't go walking up to just anyone.
Even the outcasts?
Especially the outcasts. You're packing some serious hardware. I've shot people for less.
Seen any trouble lately?
No more than usual. Murder rate's gone up, but that's not surprising.
Why's that?
More exiles arrive on Kadara every day. Good for trade, but in my experience, more people means more murder.
You're part of Sloane's gang?
Anyone who's anyone joins the outcasts.
What about the Collective?
Fuck them. They're nobodies. And when Sloane gives the word, they'll be dead nobodies.
Is this still part of Kadara Port?
You mean is it under Sloane's protection? No. The slums are for exiles who can't pay their protection fees.
Then why are you here? No offense.
To keep the filth in the gutter. You'd be surprised how many people try to sneak up to the docks.
I better get going.
If you see any collective bastards roaming around, shoot them for me.
There will always be places like this. Doesn't matter what galaxy you're in.
One thermos per person. And no, you can't take one for a friend.
Smells funny.
That's the sulfur.
I know it hurts, but... My skin...
Ha!
I'm so sorry.
I'm taking my brother home.
What is this place?
A business establishment. Perfectly legal.
Funny. It looks like a drug den.
That's because it is one. You got an issue, bring it up with Sloane.
Join the Outcast family today.
No funny thing. I have a proposal for you if you're interested.
Our deal's done. What do you want?
I think we can work together. The enemy of my enemy is...
I'm not your friend, but you've proven reasonable. Ask your questions.
How did a human come to lead an Angaran port?
When I got to Kadara, the Ket were rounding up Angara like animals. It was a slaughter. My people put an end to it. Naturally, the locals were grateful.
And the heads decorating the spaceport? What's that about?
A warning.
To the Ket?
To anyone.
I looked you up. Head of Nexus Security, Alliance trained. Record shows a temper, but otherwise paints the picture of a loyal soldier. Why'd you switch sides?
Because I'm sick of serving assholes. I could have handled the situation on the Nexus, but Tam wanted a bloodbath. He brought in the Krogan without even asking me. New galaxy, same old bullshit.
You could have quit.
They would have died without my help. Not all exiles are criminals. Some of us just had enough.
You became a pirate by trying to protect people from a massacre.
The irony isn't lost on me. You know, Pathfinder, when I joined the Initiative, I thought we could build a new society. A better one. But the Initiative was just another empty promise. The only person I can count on to change things is me.
Helios isn't exactly hospitable. How did you survive after the Nexus?
We didn't leave empty-handed, but when supplies ran low, we were forced to get creative. I ordered hits on Ket convoys, traded with Angaran villages. They told me about Gadara port.
You never got violent with the Angara?
Just the Rokar. Fuck those guys.
So the Outcasts. Give me the sales pitch.
The Outcasts aren't for you.
Wow, no hesitation.
I handpicked every one of my crew. They've got either potential or history with me. You've got neither.
Addison said something similar. I'll prove you both wrong.
Addison and I agree on something.
What does the Collective have against the Outcasts?
People always want what they don't have. The Charlatans' thugs are no different.
Who do you think the charlatan is?
My guess, a group of people. It'd take more than one person to run that outfit.
You're not worried they're moving in on Outcast territory?
If they make a play, I'm ready.
I'll let you get back to it.
Pathfinder, stay out of Kadara's business. This isn't your turf.
Pathfinder, Reyes still needs your help investigating the murders in Kadara Port.
You look well enough. My patients are usually leaking from somewhere.
I actually have my own doctor. Name's Ryder. I'm a Pathfinder.
One survived. Could have used you when we got to Helios. Dr. Ryota Nakamoto. I used to work as the Outcast's physician. Quit after Sloan turned what should have been a medical breakthrough into a drug.
She's a criminal. What did you expect?
She wasn't always like this. Life since the Nexus, it's changed all of us. When we arrived on Kadara, I found a local string of bacteria that shares properties with penicillin.
Quite the find.
It was, until I discovered the drug is addictive and induces hallucinations in large doses. I took my concerns to Sloan. All she saw was an opportunity to make a profit, called the drug Oblivion. But beyond stealing back my formula, there's no way to stop her.
All that would do is piss off Sloan.
I don't give a damn how she feels. People are dying, and it's because of my work. I hate to ask you this, but the formula's in my old lab. Maybe you could get it back? I can't fight. Otherwise, I'd do it myself.
No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Move along.
Got an outlaw camp ahead.
Here they come!
Eo's lab. This is gonna be fun. Collective wants to join the fun.
Don't hurt me.
Took one out.
Let's see you deal with this.
Lock?
Please, don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Give me the Oblivion formula, and you've got nothing to fear. Who are you?
Dr. Arena Ferenth. Ryota sent you, didn't he? With a sob story about Sloan misusing his medical breakthrough.
Something like that.
Oblivion wasn't his breakthrough, it was ours.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Because I'm not hiding behind a false shield of morality. We always meant Oblivion to be a highly addictive drug. That it has medicinal value was a coincidence.
Then why did Dr. Nakamoto quit the Outcasts?
Ryota didn't quit. He was fired. Pushed Sloan for a bigger cut. You've had what, one conversation with him? I've known Ryota for years. Everything he does for credits.
But you're different.
I place survival above credits. Give Ryota the formula, and I'm as good as dead. Sloan will see to that.
I've seen Sloane's outfit. Not a lot of doctors. You're too valuable to kill.
She'll see it as cooperating with the enemy. Loyalty's more important to Sloan than brains.
This is getting complicated. How about we pretend I was never here?
I'll tell Sloan it was a collective attack. Thank you.
Let's do this!
Pathfinder, this is the murder site Mr. Vidal asked you to investigate.
Reyes, I'm at the crime scene.
Great. I've got intel on our dead guy. Krogan male. Went by the name of Ziar. His frontal plate was pried off before he was shot to death.
They wanted him to suffer.
Not one of mine.
Do your scanning thing. Look for anything that might lead us to the killer.
These footprints are distinctly Angaran.
I count at least 3 attackers. The tracks make it look like an ambush.
Fits the Rokar profile. It's a start.
Angaran blood. Matches your Rokar theory, Reyes.
DNA cannot identify political affiliations.
Keep scanning. We need hard evidence.
The Angaran footprints lead this way.
See where they go.
A knife. Killer must have dropped it during the getaway. Something's carved into the blade.
It's Shalash, the Angaran trade language. A home filled with strangers becomes a prison.
Sounds pretty Rokar.
This inscription, along with the DNA and footprints, supports the theory proposed by Mr. Vidal, Pathfinder.
Let's pay our local Rokar a visit.
You know where they are?
I wasn't sitting on my ass this whole time. I'm looking at the place right now.
Send me the coordinates. These murders stopped today.
is it. Reyes actually gonna show up.
Reyes should be here.
So is there something going on? You and Reyes?
That's not...
Don't move.
Were we too loud?
Shut up. Farrell will deal with you.
I don't need to tell you what happens next.
Settle down. We only came to talk.
We don't talk with outsiders. You'll bleed, just like the others.
So it's true. You murdered innocent people.
Invaders and sympathizers are not innocent. I will protect my home.
Don't let your hate poison you. We can coexist.
Like here on Kadara. Sloane lies to my people and uses them for power.
I'm not Sloane.
You are all the same.
Not so fast.
You're late.
I've got a good reason. You'll see in 3...
Don't just stand there!
2...
Kill them!
Still mad?
Die!
Between the eyes.
You were right. These logs prove they came here for recruits, then started killing the locals.
And now they're dead. Don't you love a happy ending? The streets of Kadara are safe again. You did good, Ryder. Don't worry. I'll let all the important people know who to thank.
Maybe the exiles will see the initiative in a new light.
Anything's possible. Admit it, some of that was fun.
We have different definitions of fun.
I'll bring you around. One day. Don't be a stranger, Pathfinder.
Got them all.
Fresh batch of Kadara's infamous home-brewed ale. What'll it be?
Bottle of your hardest stuff.
This is for Superintendent Cash.
Make it 6. All right. What now?
Perhaps Reyes has another job for you.
Hostiles ahead! Got them all. Loading ammo!
So they kicked out their own leader.
This former leader, Yale, he's on Eos. He was their tie to the Nexus.
We'll have to talk to him to get to the root of this.
I'm saving everything we found as proof. It'll come in handy.
You're lucky to be alive.
It'll take more than a glass of water.
You lied to me, Doctor.
What?
Drop the act. Dr. Farron's told me everything.
Arena's not a doctor. She's one of Sloane's dealers. What did she tell you?
That you created Oblivion together. That it was always meant to be a drug.
And you took her word over mine.
She was very convincing.
More than I was, apparently. By now, Arena's taken the formula underground. We'll never find it.
Sloane would have killed her if I took the formula. I couldn't risk it.
Sloane doesn't murder her own people. She has some standards. I never should have let you get involved. Please, just go.
It's actually not bad.
Ryder. Perfect timing. You saved me the trouble of looking for you.
Something wrong? Have there been more murders?
Nothing so morbid. This is actually a personal favor. A business rival, Zia Cordier, lifted cargo I was moving for a client.
You want my help getting it back?
We worked so well together on the Rokar job, I thought you'd be willing.
What did she steal?
No idea. Client paid extra for privacy. Considering my fees, it must be valuable.
You didn't check?
Honor's got a price. And the client paid it.
How'd this rival of yours get hold of your cargo?
Her usual tactics. Got my middleman drunk and stole his ship.
Sounds like you know from experience.
Please, I keep to a 3-drink maximum when I'm on a job.
Maybe, if I have time.
I'd like to get the cargo back before word reaches my client. Zia usually drinks a Kraller's song when she stops in Kadara. I'll start there. Join me, if you can find the time.
You look like you're waiting for someone.
That's my line.
You want a drink or a room?
Information, actually.
That'll cost you more than a round of drinks.
My friend's good for it.
Put it on my tab.
See?
What do you want to know?
Zia Cordier. She been around recently?
You mean your ex? Yeah, she was here.
Was she by herself, or...?
No, she was with a Solarian. Shifty guy I'd never seen before. Maybe it was the charlatan.
Anything's possible. You overhear their conversation?
They were planning to meet someone at Spirit's Ledge.
Thanks, Umi.
Whatever. You didn't hear it from me.
If you check the meeting spot, I'll follow the collective lead. Doubt Zia was meeting the charlatan, but you never know.
I'll call you when I get there.
Thanks, Ryder.
You know, Kadara ain't half bad. Nexus could learn a thing or two.
Why do you drink here instead of Tartarus?
This place has Umi. She gets me. Oh, or at least she keeps pouring.
Who do you think the charlatan could be?
Anyone or no one. A lot of people would rather get behind a story than face reality.
I assume you have opinions about Sloane?
That's putting it lightly. Sloane switched sides, helped the uprising when she was head of Nexus security. I don't like Tan any more than I like her, but loyalty counts.
How does this place stack up to the Krogan colony?
Hard to compare. The colony's ours. It works for Krogan. But these exiles are onto something here if they can just get along.
Don't have too much fun.
We'll see.
Okay, that's done. Still need to track down Reyes' cargo, though.
Outlaw spotted.
Looks like we missed the meeting.
Let's look around. Maybe Zia left something behind. Enemies!
Sneaky bastards. Look at this, Ryder.
Gotta be a way to get inside. Sam?
The lock is controlled remotely, perhaps by something nearby.
Think I found something. Looks like a wire. Maybe this will get us inside. Here goes nothing.
Did it do anything?
Reyes, I found a data pad with what looks like a nav point.
Must be where Zia's hiding the cargo. Probably left that behind for the buyer.
Why not just tell the buyer directly?
Frequencies can be hacked. Dead drops are considered safer, especially for a big sale.
Did you find anything on your end?
The Salarian is a fence. No direct connection to the collective. My guess is Zia met him to find potential buyers. Let's follow up on those coordinates. I'll meet you there.
We're approaching the scavengers that stole the Angaran satellites and destroyed the search vessel.
What are the odds they'll surrender peacefully?
Less than 1%. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Party started without us.
Think that's it?
Watch out!
It's empty.
What if this was all just some elaborate trick to get you here?
You mean there was never any cargo?
Bravo. I knew you'd figure it out eventually.
Zia.
You could never resist the big payout.
What can I say? I'm a greedy man.
That's why you don't have any friends. You're selfish.
Skip the small talk. Why'd you lure Reyes here?
He's been taking all the good jobs in Kadara. It's gotten more than my attention.
So what? The local smuggling union got together and decided to take me down?
Something like that.
Ah, shit.
Move in.
That was fun. Nice aim.
I knew I wasn't popular, but I never thought the other smugglers would team up against me. Kind of flattering, actually.
You'd be smart to keep a low profile.
Discretion is my forte. Ah, all that effort and no credits to show for it.
There are a few less smugglers in Kadara. Think of it as thinning out the competition.
You and your silver linings, Pathfinder. I should clean up this mess. Zia was a piece of work, but it feels wrong to leave her out in the open. Go on. I'll take care of this.
said he wants to talk to you.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Hi there. Just checking in.
What's up? You know it.
Yeah? When's the last time you had a normal conversation? This is a normal... no. That isn't. Everyone on this ship is an experiment to you. And I've got no interest in being a guinea pig.
Are the buildings at Prodromos typical houses for humans?
There's a lot of variance even within our species. Not sure I can call anything.
The Rokar go to Kadara and recruit the desperate. I've heard a Rokar recruiter weaving his magic. Even I was convinced.
Do you have a mate? A partner?
I don't. Not for a long time.
Not for a long time?
I fell in love with a girl once. Aliyah. We were young. I was young. It was my first vassal on Aya. We worked on the same farm. She was a little older. A researcher. I can still hear her laugh and see her eyes. She kissed me and I was hers. Thrilled and seduced.
But it didn't work out?
My older brother came to Aya. He was already famous in the Resistance.
Where's Aliyah now? Did she and your brother work out?
They came back to Haval, and she joined our family. She became one of the mothers.
You have to see her every day?
No. They were taken by the Kett. Their children survived.
Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a few more questions?
Of course. If I can answer them, I will.
Did you always want to be a fighter? Did you study anything particular in school?
No. I don't like to talk about it. But I'm not a fighter. Not really. The Ket occupation creates chaos. So our education is chaotic. I'm not really anything. But that's an excuse. The truth is, I don't know what I want. Yet. For my life. At my age. I hope being here will inspire me.
Can you tell me about your family? Assuming you have one.
Sit down. This will take time. Is someone bringing us snacks and drinks?
Whoa, your family's that big?
I have one true mother, Sahuna, and more than 5 additional mothers, and many siblings, and cousins, all raised together. Our families constantly change and evolve. Relationships come and they go. My father is gone, taken, or killed by the Ket. We never found his body.
I'm sorry about that, Jarl. I understand. I just lost my dad.
Something in common between aliens, then. We are fatherless, yet we fight on. Anything else you want to ask?
Do Angara plan their futures? Do you dream about what you want to accomplish?
You put plan and dream in the same question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You meant to do that. Angara thirst for now. We don't strive to make the future better. We strive because the present is lacking.
Well, enough about that. I'll see you later, Jarl.
Stay strong and clear.
Cereal crumbs. Lots of them. Something's nesting here. Something that likes cereal. I wonder. We've probably got materials to build a humane trap and catch it. One trap, ready for a visitor. I'll leave it and see what we get.
Did I hear right? You're going after the Archon's ship?
Looks like it.
Last time we crossed his path, you nearly broke my baby here. Now, tell me you have a better plan of escape this go-around.
We'll be winging it, as usual.
I'll get my tools. Just... stay out of the skirts, huh?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Ryder, I was just thinking about you.
Suvi said you called about something important.
Thought you could use a night off. Sloane's holding a get-together for the locals. I managed to snag an invite. Care to be my +1?
Sloane doesn't seem like the party type.
She sees these events as a necessary evil to keep the people happy.
Are you asking me out?
I promise to be a perfect gentleman.
And if I don't want you to be a gentleman?
That can be arranged.
I'm too busy, Reyes. You'll have to make do without me.
Your call. Don't work too hard, Ryder.
Ket genetics defies everything we know. They're bits of different species, and yet all Ket. It's bizarre, horrifying, fascinating, all at once.
If you and the rest of the team could figure them out, it might make a huge difference.
Already on it, Pathfinder.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
I don't believe it! Gil's reconfigured our entire nav array. O'Connell risked a dozen spacewalks putting that in place. Damn it!
Callow, don't.
Take the helm. I've had enough of this. You don't give a damn what my team and I went through to build this ship.
No, I don't. I care about us surviving out here, and if that means redesigning...
You don't have the right!
All right, let's talk this out. What's going on?
I'm doing my job, and he's undoing it because... hell if I know.
You weren't here. We had to get all kinds of new tech working in a single starship. 50-hour shifts, epiphanies, accidents. Humans can forget. Solarians can't. To me, it's all still happening. My team is here. Stripping down the Tempest like some broken radio risks everything they suffered to build. Their legacy.
I can see how you'd feel that way.
Seriously? Look, Callow, your people did a great job, but they're dead. And they couldn't have anticipated half the problems in Helios. Like the Scourge. If we don't adapt, we'll die too. Is that what you want their legacy to be?
Gutting a complex ship out in space isn't adapting. It's irresponsible and disrespectful.
The Tempest is ours now. She has to serve our mission first in whatever capacity we need. Gil, change whatever you have to.
I wonder, in time, will strangers be treating your achievements so carelessly?
Peace and quiet, finally. Thanks, Ryder.
Okay, show's over. Back to it.
Need something? Need something done? You know where to find me.
Everything all right?
Oh, yes. PB and I were just having a debate.
Better than her avoiding you, right?
I guess. Ryder, do you think I'm uptight? No, never mind. Don't answer that. Let's just talk about something else.
I ran across another memory fragment. Dad made Sam for Mom. To cure her. I knew that was part of it, but...
You didn't know it was the driving force?
Dad was always so aloof. I never saw this side of him.
Maybe that's why he kept this memory. So you'd know.
I saw another of Dad's memories. I was in this one. Sarah, too. We were home visiting. Dad told us about going through the Charon relay.
So you got your sense of exploration from your father?
Dad gave me a push, but I'm not here because of him.
Maybe not actively, but he had some influence.
I saw another memory that Dad locked away. The day my mom died.
I'm sorry, Ryder.
We each have our reasons for coming here. Mom was his. Her death fueled him.
Grief can be a powerful motivator.
If you can't run from it, use it. Guess that's what he did. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
You wanted to talk?
Ryder, I need your help with something.
I get a feeling this is something big.
Yeah, it is. One of our botanists, Hart, called up in a panic. A colony transport has been stolen.
It's a transport. Can't you just replace it?
It's not the transport. It's what's on it. Our seed vault. One of a kind. Without that vault, things get complicated. Krogan children need the nutrients in those plants to survive. Even one clutch of babies hatch before we get the stuff synthesized. The effects would be permanent.
So what do you need from me?
I'm gonna find those thieves and get the vault back. Be nice to have you along.
Aren't the transports protected by passcodes? And how do you steal anything from a Krogan?
First thing Hart checked. Looks like some old authorization codes weren't erased. He was working in the transport and stepped out for 2 seconds. The thieves walked right in and flew off.
Of course I'm in. Whatever you need.
I knew I could count on you. Hark's waiting for us at the colony on Eladon. He's tracking down the transport beacon. He'll have the location ready for us on arrival.
Good. We'll find the transport track. Don't worry.
I'll hold you to that, Ryder. Hey. Thanks. I owe you one.
I'm not worried. You're good for it.
A foolish thing to get angry over, isn't it? I suppose the Tempest is just like any other ship, to be taken apart and put back together. Or she will be, once Gil's had his way.
I expect you to let Gil do his work from now on. No more bickering.
Understood, Pathfinder.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Now orbiting Kadara.
All right. What's next?
Perhaps we should check in with Kitus. Can't hurt to try being friendly with the outcasts.
You okay?
None of your business, Enard.
Sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
That's all your kind does. Pry.
Living under Sloane, I can see why you'd think that. But we're not all the same.
You do look different from the others. Cleaner.
So what's troubling you?
My sister, Morga, works the pipes. Makes sure the port has filtered water. But she's been missing for 3 days.
Is Morga's line of work dangerous?
It can be. Kadara's water is highly acidic. Fixing a leaky pipe could result in major burns. But no one knows Kadara's filtration system like Morga.
Is it unlike your sister not to check in?
Extremely. We're all that's left of our family. The rest were murdered when the Ket invaded Kadara.
I'll keep an eye out for your sister.
Thank you.
Pathfinder, we could use the grates to scan the pipes at a safe distance.
Mind your damn manners. You've handled your fair share of Ket. Hard to get far in Andromeda without running into them.
Yes, and?
When Sloane took over, she slaughtered the Ket who were here. There were mass executions, public. So people would know that Kadara was Ket-free. But there have been rumors of stragglers in the Badlands. If the tales are true, they need to go.
What exactly are the rumors about the Ket?
Ambushes, people disappearing, vehicles sabotaged, picked clean for parts. Could be feral local wildlife, sinkholes, Angara bullshit, but there's enough people saying Ket.
If there are Ket out there, send your own crew to deal with them.
Listen, this is how it is. Everyone knows Sloane destroyed the Ket presence here. Anything that hints otherwise, weakness. But you're independent. Where you go, what you do. Nothing to do with Sloane.
You said Sloane killed the Ket here. What happened?
The Ket had the port locked down when we arrived. They were shipping Angara off for who knows what. People were scared, but the place had potential. So we fought the Ket for it, and we won. You saw the decorations outside. That's Sloane making sure everyone knows she's the new power.
I'll think about checking out the Badlands.
Excellent.
Join the Outcast family today.
I can do one shield better than three. Don't have three.
Grenades.
You working for the Resistance?
Personal security. Who doesn't? Apparently, half the people I knew who left in the uprising ended up here. Good for them, good for me, and good for the Nexus. You didn't hear me say that.
What illicit activity are you involved in now?
Trading, bartering for goods, favors, services. Doesn't have to be illicit, but it is. We've got problems, and we need help, but no. The brass has to make a point by cutting off the exiles. I've got a couple calls to make, so I'll let you go.
Got something I think you'll love.
Wait, where's Tara? Expecting a new shipment soon. Sorry.
Still need to take care of Kaitis' Ket stragglers.
Too much high ground to keep expecting an ambush.
If they're collecting junk, these outlaws won't have a faction. Keep your guard up.
We're gonna run out of shuttles at this rate.
Someone ran into trouble.
Who's there? Hamash, is that you?
Don't talk. We'll get you back to town.
Oh, I can't move. It's too late. I just want to rest.
This wound. He's right. I don't think we should move him.
Can you tell me what happened?
It was the Ket. Took us by surprise. They killed everyone. John lasted the longest. They didn't know I was still alive. I saw them raiding our packs. Then they took off into the hills.
What's in the hills? Is there a Ket base there?
There's nothing in the hills. We've never heard of a base. Sloane says Kadara is free of Kets.
What did the Ket take from you?
I don't know. Supplies, weapons, scavenged ship parts.
I'll leave you to rest.
Thank you. I wish.
Kaitis, it's Ryder. Your Ket rumors have weight. Just found a caravan they attacked.
Damn it. Really thought we got them all.
One of the wounded said they headed for the hills. I'm gonna check it out.
I'll search too. Grabbing a shuttle now.
Ket tracks. They're leading up into those hills.
Nice work.
Here we go.
Enemy down.
Ket tracks. We're going the right way. Looks like those exiles stole tech from the port. We should be careful. More tracks. Can't be far now.
See that cave? Good spot for a hideout. Bet the Ket are inside.
Titus, I think I found something. Sending the nav point.
Impatient, are we?
Sloan, I wasn't expecting you.
She wouldn't take no for an answer.
I'm not about to let someone else fight my battles. Especially an initiative lapdog.
You don't want me here? Take it up with Titus.
Oh, I will.
Enough. Let's get this over with.
You're such a grump when you're worried.
Every second you're gone from the port is an opportunity for the collective. The Pathfinder and I can have...
What was that?
They know we're here. Get ready.
Pulling out the fancy moves.
Watch your back. Invincible. Watch your back.
Wow.
Watch your back.
Grenade in!
Let's get rid of the bodies.
Wouldn't want anyone to know you had Ket hiding under your noses.
Your discretion is appreciated.
I'll have your payment sent to the Tempest.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals by...
Ryder.
Now orbiting Kadara.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers. Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
The criminals were my people. Exiles. They ripped your satellites into scrap. I brought what's left.
The initiative is supposed to explore, not steal and kill. Why would your people steal something that protects us all? Murder those who are only trying to help.
These were a few bad people. There are thousands of good ones out there.
How can we tell the difference? Maybe the others are right. What if you are no better than the Ket?
These scavengers abandoned the initiative, just like your deserters left you.
And we hate them too. Keep what your people stole and go. I can't talk to you anymore.
Sorry to hear things went south with that Angaran astronomer rider. Found a silver lining, though. The scrap satellite...
Ambassador, I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before. Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
I assume you're trained for first contact diplomacy.
I'm a social anthropologist with a linguistics background. Close enough for Director Tan. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
Talk to the governor. She wants this to work as much as we do.
I'd rather avoid that if we can resolve it ourselves. If you find time, please speak with Sorvis.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything. Sorvis Len sent another complaint about being threatened. I need someone to sort this out.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Pathfinder.
Nexus Ambassador Reala appears to be settling nicely into her office.
Hello, Pathfinder. Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Son above. It's an ancient Ravan. A musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing this beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories. It's all gone.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
I love seeing our Milky Way peeps mingling with the Angara. It's early in our interspecies relationship, but I hope we can build on the momentum.
We have an amazing opportunity. And a great responsibility.
Whoa, that's your inspiring voice. You really can't turn off diplomat mode once it's on, can you? Just riding you, Ryder. Keep up the good work.
Efra should have come to me.
Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's he doing here?
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. He risked his life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I don't condone what happened on Kadara. But one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket... Even without exaltation, they change us.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Ambassador Riala sent me to check on you. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a ket. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
Sounds like there's more to this. Don't suppose you caught his name?
Didn't ask, didn't want it, didn't need it. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters. See if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
I detect the infrared dye Zorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador. See if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
Inventory's there. Go on and look.
Anything else?
Right here. You'll write them your own. I'm not selling to aliens.
Vestaran? I was there when you landed. Watched you get escorted through the city.
I get why everyone was on edge. I didn't mean to worry them.
We've been through worse than the arrival of one human.
I've never seen fruit like this before. What are these?
Haripo. Sweet with a little bite. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, I have a few Kiloa or Elmok.
Is fruit scarce here?
In this form, yes. Very expensive. If you buy your Paripo from me, it means you have something to celebrate. It's a luxury, meant to be shared with friends and family.
You don't need it.
I'll get moving.
Welcome back.
Sun-ripened fruit. Take advantage.
Pathfinder. Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya?
I've heard of it. Why?
Angar are selling their slots to come here, so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Well, we have to do something.
We could let Angar who give up their slots live on the Nexus. It's safer than Vold.
Exactly what I was thinking. No one should suffer on our behalf. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director Tan immediately.
How are things going? Anything else I can do to help out?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
When I first escorted you through our city, I wasn't sure it was the right thing, but you proved I was wrong to doubt. No, more than that. What was done to my people. You made sure no more will suffer exaltation.
None of us will be safe until we stop the Ket for good.
I've learned to enjoy small victories when they come. What can I do for you?
Why didn't you tell me about Kadara Port when I first arrived?
I assumed you already knew. We didn't realize there was a difference between your exiles and the Initiative.
Fair enough.
As for Venturev, Ephra hid his betrayal from everyone. He'll answer for that.
Your people revere the Moshai. What did she do to earn that?
After the Scourge, our civilization was in ruins. Those who led the rebuilding were thinkers, experts and inventors. The Moshai is the greatest scientific mind of our generation. She led us to a new age of technological innovation. When the Ket attacked, she studied their technology, learned their tactics.
You owe your survival to her.
We owe her everything, and we'll do anything to protect her.
I have a few questions about your culture.
I'm happy to answer them.
I've noticed that you, Ephra, and Jal all speak with different accents.
When the Scourge first struck, there were many Angaran worlds. They were separated for centuries. We developed divergent cultures and dialects. Ephra was born on Vold, and Jal is from Havarl.
What about you?
The cat left my homeworld in ruins. Those who survived were forced to flee. We found a refuge on Aya. My family helped settle this world.
Don't take this the wrong way, but this isn't your only city, right?
Not at all. Vold and Havarl both have several large population centers. Aya has numerous residential areas similar to this.
Are these places open for visitors?
In time, perhaps.
Aya seems important to the Angara.
Aya is paradise. This world is a gift. We created the Vassals so everyone could enjoy this place, if only for a short time.
I heard about that. For a new person to live on Aya, someone here has to leave. Will you have to leave?
Someday. For now, Aya needs me.
I'm hoping you can get me on Ephra's good side.
If I knew how to do that, my job would be much simpler.
Sometimes it seems like you two don't get along at all. And other times...
He's a brilliant tactician and inspiring leader. We just disagree on what's best for our people. He believes secrecy and isolation keep us safe.
What do you believe?
We can't defeat the cat alone. And neither can your initiative.
So, what do you do for fun around here?
The Tavatan is a popular spot for recreational activity.
Right, but what do you do? Can't work all the time.
Productivity is the best form of relaxation.
It's also a great way to get stressed out.
You sound like my brothers. All 10 of them.
10?
And 8 sisters. They're not allowed to bother me at work.
Thanks for your time.
Ishare, Pathfinder.
Think we'll see more of them?
Humans? Don't know. Wouldn't mind more Asari, though.
What's the difference?
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
I want contact with the people I love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
We'll take every precaution. But entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
For survival supplies, only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city? I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They requested Kiloa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Vol's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find. Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder, I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer. I won't be happy as just an observer. Need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
If you put in a request, someone will get back to you.
And if they refuse? I'll have to think about it. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Ryder.
Orbiting Gadara.
No funny business.